It was a pretty good experience. Not my first games or my first competition, so there really were no nerves. But what really brought the difference is, I believe my coach would have mentioned the fact that they would have removed the 81 kg category, and that left me in the 89. So the way how it goes, it's 67, 73, 81, and then 89. But they removed the 81s, which left us with a decision to either go 73 or 89. But we would have learned of the fact of the removal of the 81 a little too late for it to be of any usage for me to go down, because that meant I would have had to cut roughly 4 kilos, about 9 pounds in more or less like 3 days, which would have put me at an even greater disadvantage. So we let the plan just be go out there, do some good lifting, try to get 6 for 6. 6 for 6 means all successful lifts. So the two categories or the two disciplines, clean and jerk and the snatch. So hit 3 of each attempt successfully. So I managed to get 5 of 6. Having made all the snatches, the jury on the last attempt, they actually reviewed it after it being declared a successful lift. Then they overturned it into a failed lift. And for my second attempt there, I still managed to get a personal best on that in competition anyhow. And also for the clean and jerk, I got a personal best on that. So I finished with 9 kg more than what I had on my previous games. So, you know, that was a good experience in itself.
I totaled more at 143, which is a huge difference from 122 at my last competition. I had a severe scapular injury, so the objective was to increase my total and do the best that I can, which I did. So I achieved all the objectives that I was seeking out for, so I'm pretty happy about that. What you want to do is increase your total as much as possible from your last competition, and every competition as you proceed ahead, keep doing better and keep doing more. Try not to repeat your previous totals or previous lift numbers previously, so increase as you go along and increase your training. You're going to know how to adapt and move on from there.
It left me with a very mid feeling in some regard, to know that you went out and you put your best ever effort down, but it still wasn't, I want to say it still wasn't sufficient because of where the rest of the competition was. I mean, these guys were weighing roughly 25 pounds more. And we did something funny, my teammate and I, Krystol. I went onto the scale and I had all my gear on, and I still was 88 kilos with all my gear on. So that was a little funny. Something to do. We had a little bit of playful banter about that, but it really just led the attitude, to be honest, still be very high, because after stepping in and looking at the starting board, I realized that as much as I was down 12 kilos, I still had some persons who I was right around with regards to the clean and jerk. So it wasn't very, very far off. So I was happy with that still. So it left me with the desire and the opportunity and the mind, as my coach said, that when he was training and he was competing, it didn't matter the size of the persons. He was just looking forward to be able to have the challenge and confront that challenge regardless of the size, whoever the person was, whatever weight class, to just dominate that person.
How hard do you have to work to reach close to their levels?
Well, firstly, it's super inspiring to see other athletes at that level, but of course, there's a lot of things that come into play, such as resources. So at that level, you would have to have just much more than physical capabilities. You need to have a lot of resources for physical fitness and recovery as well.